Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to 10 Welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. This is Freya. I'm Jason, and we're bringing you today's video. Wow, she's a little excited today. As always guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We're a small family channel, just me, the fuzzy one, the wife, and we love to talk about books. It's what we are truly passionate about. We read books, we love to talk about them, we think more people should read for fun, and we try and talk about books that are fun. We're not talking about the next great American novel. I'm not going to sit here and review Atlas Shrugged or anything like that. I'm talking about the books that are the equivalent of the popcorn blockbuster films. I mean, just entertainment. It doesn't have to be great, great award-winning, although quite a few of them are. Just fun. Just fun, entertaining, great books off a lot of bestsellers, stuff like that. We really like to focus on indie authors as well. So, for today, I want to talk about an author that we have talked about in the past. But it's a new series of his. I'm going to talk about Bruce Sentar and his book, Dungeon Diving 101. As always, guys, I'm going to talk about 4 categories: the world, the character, plot, the writing style. Now, this is one of the cooler worlds as far as this sort of fantasy type thing goes. It's really, really fascinating. He has taken the typical trope of the whole dungeon diving, and if you've read anything within this genre, then you know it's fairly common now. There's been quite a few books that I've read of this permanent dungeon, and the whole society is built and based off of diving into this dungeon, or series of dungeons and things along those lines. Basically, where the whole culture, the whole world, everything is just kind of built up around diving the dungeons. Well, this one gets interesting because, first off, you've got your dungeon, but this is not just one large dungeon that, like, say, covers the world or something. It's magical, which of course a dungeon would be, and it's extraordinarily magical. It connects other worlds. If you get deep enough, it connects other worlds. In fact, to the point where, someone wants to visit from one world to another, they actually have to dive deep down into the dungeon, 50 levels, 60, 70 levels down, then cross, and then dive, then climb back up to end up in this other world. And there's multiples, although right now really it's just the elves and the humans. But what gets even more fascinating, interesting with this world is it's almost semi-modern. They have television. They watch news and things along those lines. They don't really ever mention anything like, say, cell phones or anything like that. And yet, we've got, again, television. We've got television. Pretty sure there's stoves and microwaves and stuff like that too. And yet, we're still swords and sorcery and magic kind of thing. So, our main character, his name is Ken. Now, he's the grandson of a legendary adventurer. In fact, his grandfather was part of the party that was the first to ever make it to the 30th floor of the dungeon. Right now, within their current society, I believe 50, somewhere in the 50s is the max, and the characters, the people that have made it to that point are legends within this world, and like god level power shows up. One of them shows up in this book fairly early on, and then recurring in absolutely, just god level power. So humanity has not yet made it to the 60th level, so we don't quite know what's there yet. Some of our, I won't say allies, but other races from other worlds that we know have made it past that. They're a little bit more powerful. They've been doing it a little bit longer. So Ken, his grandfather, is a legend. His parents died in the dungeon, so his grandfather raised him, and he goes to this book. Basically starts, this book is more or less his first year of college in a way. He manages to make it into a dungeon diving college. They're very, very rare. There's only a few of them, like a half a dozen or something along those lines. And of course, everybody wants to try and get into them. The difficulty is that, again, there's only X number of them, and it's going to depend a little bit on your class. What class do you get? That's going to make a difference. In Ken's detriment, I suppose, is his class pops up as aberrant. Now, again, we've got television, stuff like that, so they do an interesting mix of magic and technology. So the things that we would see for a lit RPG portion, your typical interface and stuff like that, is based off of a bracelet or an armband that is technology. They actually have a guild that builds them and programs them. So his aberrant class is not because he is strange or he is weird or something like that. It's simply because it's a class that is not recognized, so they are not able to program the build for. Now, fortunately, a legend within within this world, a legendary adventurer, also has an aberrant class and believes that Ken has some potential if he can survive. So recruits him, as they have just been recruited as a guest teacher, I suppose. So Ken goes to one of the most famous colleges in dungeon diving, and it's an all-female college. He's basically your special guest, I suppose, which makes for interesting interactions. Now, Bruce Sentar is of course known for some real wink wink nudge nudge sort of books, but just a fantastic author. And off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember how long it was, if there was a true adult situation that popped up in this book. There's definitely some close stuff to it. I'm not sure an actual one really. Oh no, there was one, but this book it's just a fantastic and very interesting fantasy-ish novel. I am dying for book 2. So the plot, it's really not a plot. It's a slice of life, with a few exceptions. It's a slice of life. It's Ken navigating the dungeon diving college while learning more about his own abilities. If he had not been trained by his grandfather, he would have failed out already. And of course, getting to know people. And there are some political ramifications that come up within this book as well. And the answer eventually to his class, although that also ends up bringing up some other potential side quests, side issues, side plots that are going to come up in the next book, I hope. And as far as the writing style goes, for those of you guys that have read Bruce Sentar before, you already know his style is gripping. One, the dialogue it's fun. It's just fun. I'm not going to say it's super snarky or super sarcastic, or it's just fun. His dialogue and character interactions, they're just fun. And he puts the characters in some silly situations that are absolute riot to get out of, which kind of fits for late teens, just starting college sort of characters. So, it's not exactly out of the bounds of possibility either. Just a fantastic read. It's a gripping read. It's tough to put down, almost impossible to put down. So after you guys have hit the like and subscribe button, please hit the like and subscribe button. Go check out Dungeon Diving 101 by Bruce Sentar. Thank you everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.